Today we are honored to welcome Guru Yogi Shivan to the show today. I'm very excited to have him on. He talks about very concept in terms of spirituality, and he has a healing center where he really helps people take control of their mind, their body, and their spirit. And he has an amazing story that I'm very happy to give him out today because anytime we hear people like this and their stories, it can really inspire us to kind of create change in our own lives, right? Because when people walk the path, it's really inspiration for us all. And there's a lot of healing techniques we're going to get out today. So I'm very excited to have him on the show. How are you?
Hello.
Yeah. Are you doing good today?
Yes, yes. Namaste.
Awesome. Yeah. As I said, I'm very curious to hear your story and how you got into spirituality and everything you're doing to help people today.
Yes, it is. I'm so happy to share my experiences and how from an ordinary uh, boy then transformed into this guru level. Again, a guru is nothing but a guide only in English. In Sanskrit, guru means a person who can support people to explore the unknown terrains. So in ancient India, people were advised not to just tick on the material achievements. We all are, right from the beginning, advised to seek for the purpose of life, why you are born, and what is that, and what is the meaning of this material world. So, like that, very, very fundamental questions of our existence. Then masters came to know when you dive deep into the secrets of your life, you need guidance. So people who are into that level of exploration became the guides for people for exploring the depth of their own mind. So that's why the term guide came out, guru. So I was a hyperactive child. Then because of my extra energy, I used to make a lot of problems in the school. So when my mother, when my father, who was was an Ayurveda physician and well versed into Indian spiritual tradition, he put me into a traditional martial arts school to explore my extra energy. So that's what is called Kalaripayattu in India, which is the mother of almost all modern martial arts like karate, kung fu. I was a good student. There I learned that art in its three dimensions. It has physical, mental, and spiritual dimensions. Then when I reached to my college level, yes, because of that young energy, again I wanted to explore aggressive martial arts like karate and kung fu. So I became a black belt holder in karate. Then I became a boxer. So
Wow.
unknowingly I was using my body beyond certain limit. Then when I reached my age of 25, I was tired of exploring the muscles. Then body started giving me little troubles also because it was not cooperating for my daily practice. Around 5 to 6 hours I used to spend in gymnasium morning and evening for practicing all these things. But end of the day, I came to know all my joints were paining, and I noticed that body started perishing because of the overindulgence. So all these aggressive violence actions slowly triggered an extreme silence within. I started enjoying that my loneliness, sitting in my silence. So that violence brought that silence into my life. I I was so overjoyed to experience that silence. Then I wanted to explore it in its deep level. I left my modern life, all luxuries I left behind, and I went to a forest. Of course, in between, I found a guru, master who could guide me into this inner dimensions of life. After getting the initiation in Kundalini Yoga order, there are many lineages. So this Kundalini Yoga order is the most authentic and appreciated one. I was initiated in that. Then I went to a forest. Around 4.5 years, I spent my life over there only for exploring the sound of silence. There I came to know what is beyond body, matter. Beyond matter, our mind is there. Beyond the mind, something there which is incomprehensible for us, which is called, the reality of the self. It's called self-realization. When I saw that from a finite thing or from a mortal, I came to know what is my immortal stage. It's only perfect awareness. That took away all my miseries, my limitations. I felt something which is beyond explanation. When I came back to my master, I explained everything. He said, this is what is the essence of spirituality or Indian tradition. So either you keep it for yourself or you share this wisdom with others. Then I decided to be in the society. Then I started my institution. Now I am with people who are coming to me with any kind of issues like a physical problem or mental problem or spiritual confusion. I make myself available here with a team to facilitate them, to guide them. That's why slowly I became a guru.
I love it. That's an amazing story. I mean, it really sounds like you're trying to like get into purpose in a sense, like kind of like why are we here? Like what is the mission in a sense? Like, and you got into martial arts, which is kind of like a way to develop mastery. Do I have that right so far?
Yeah, it's like actually, I didn't know why I was doing all these things. But through that martial arts, my physical discipline slowly took me to the heights of spiritual discipline. So it's like in modern science, we say sound mind in a sound body, or catch your mind through muscles. So we need physical disciplines. That is what even yoga says. It's like a yama, niyama, asana. Asana is different physical disciplines which will support us to catch hold of our mind. But unfortunately, now modern yoga is mostly focusing on physical, disciplines only, like symmetrical postures and like the postures for performance. Actually, it is a proper observation of our matter. I mean, body is made of matter. Then matter is derived from or being processed from mind. Mind is being processed from something else which we don't know, which is that search is called meditation. So these physical things necessary for everybody to enter into the domain of mind. That is what I felt.
Yeah, that's fascinating. It's like, it just speaks to how connected the mind and the body is. Like a lot of us, we kind of think they're separate in a sense, but they're very much intertwined, and how we influence one is going to influence the other. So it just kind of speaks to that.
Yes, it is. Our intellect cannot find out the difference between the mind and matter. It is amazing and it is incomprehensible. But if we try due to that effort to find out the difference between mind and matter, you will come across something which is beyond explanation, but it is exuberant. You never, experience what anxiety is, what misery is, and what is, the lost feeling. Nothing will be affected. So I came to know this is the key, or this is the secret, or this is something which is kept away from the human beings. Actually, somewhere in the books, I mean, traditional texts of yoga clearly stated that your emotions are controlled by hormones. It is very well in tune with the modern scientific explorations. If you want to be angry, you should get adrenaline in your blood. If there is no adrenaline, you cannot be angry. If you want to be happy, endorphins must be in your body, in your blood. Otherwise, you never experience what the happiness is. So recently I saw a TV program which was an interview with a boy who cannot experience pain. That gland is not working. So this child of 10 or 12 years old boy, his like habit is to chew his lip. He break it, bite it, break it, because he doesn't know what pain is. That gland is not functioning. So the mother was really explaining what kind of troubles that poor lady is finding. Even the child is simply biting it. So everything is controlled by hormones. In yoga, it is said pranapani granthi. You learn to trigger different glands in your body or get control over your glands. If your glands are under your control, you can create your emotions. You can control your emotions. So mind is closely associated with body through the medium of hormones. So medicines can influence this production of hormones to a certain level, but the master control is in our practice. The gap between mind and matter, if you try to find out, that is the real purpose of life and the real joy. This is what I experienced.
Yeah, that's what people don't understand. Like all these things, like our thoughts, emotions, are literally creating physical chemistry in our bodies,
Yeah.
and we literally have power over that. That just speaks to like, man, if we actually understand that, that just kind of opens up this world of possibilities for us that we really don't understand.
Yes, of course, if we can find out that secret, experience the secret more than the equipments. Unfortunately, when we start seeing things through the equipments, the hormone level will change immediately. But if we start experiencing things within, the hormones will not change. Actually, it is amazing. This is what is called quantum physics. Thousands of years ago, in India, it is clearly stated Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. It is Sanskrit explanation. Meaning is the material world outside or this apparent universe is your own creation. As your mind changes, the outer world will change. But people, scientific people said, no, this is only a primitive explanation or an exaggeration. Now, what quantum physics is now saying, this universe, this material world is not existing the way you perceive. What I say is not real. It is an illusion. As my hormone changes, my external world will also change. And here again said, Shraddha, clear attention will make the difference. Now, quantum physics is explaining this double slit experiment. When electrons are sent through certain slits, it is in a wave pattern and it is showing something on the screen. Once they kept the monitors to observe it, the pattern changed. The particles changed to waves or waves are changing into particles. So electrons that don't like to be observed. This is what quantum physics is saying that once it is observed, it's changing its pattern. This is what is called Shraddha. Focused mind will make the material state change. See
Yeah, I
where?
mean,
See,
100%. I like to
amazing.
say, you like your inner world creates your outer world. That's what I like to say, and just basically like we don't necessarily see things as they are. We kind of see them as we are in a sense.
Yes, yes. So everything is lying on sea.
Yeah.
There things are being manifested in front of you the way you perceive. Seeing means actually perception. If I feel, if I perceive myself that I am sick, no doctor can help me. No medicine can save me. But if I have a strong perception that I am healthy, nothing is affecting me, then no difficulties can put me down. This is what is technically known as faith healing. Ancient time, it was very powerful, but when medicine took over mind, I mean the attitude of people, then we lost that confidence. Actually, that is what is happening among animals in the forest. Animals are not bothered about tomorrow. They are not anxious. They are realistic. You know why? Because they are instinctive. Modern man is depending more on intellect based on informations. But animals, we all are animals. When we are born in the beginning, we were in the forest like animals walking on two legs. So we have the animal instinct. But unfortunately, as our brain evolved, we started depending on intellect based on informations. We ignored the instinct. But animals are focusing more on, they are by birth, they are into instinctive world. So their faith, they are not really believing anything, but their experience is directly connected to the law of nature through instinctive plane. So here, modern man is waiting for the information. Suppose I have a chest congestion. Naturally, as an animal, man is nothing but a social animal. So as an animal, I will feel that I should stop eating. I should go for a walk. This is what instinct says. But immediately my confused or my brain, which is informed with a lot of information about heart attack, it will come one by one. Oh, you have a chest congestion. It may be a heart attack. Be careful. Then, oh, you have right side pain. So all informations confuse me. Instead of going for a walk, what I will do, I will rush to the hospital. When I am in the hospital, doctors are saying, okay, then they will infuse all their informations on me. What's happening? The space between the instinct and intellect through which I can save myself is lost. So instead of being an animal, I became a human being. There, what's happening? The natural healing process is lost and the artificial care is being taken care of. This is what is happening. So here, what I say, the gap between the instinct and the intellect, if we can explore, that will be the answer for all problems or questions arising in our life.
Yeah. Your perception is your reality for sure. I mean, it's so powerful. Like just being able to kind of change how we look at things in a sense. Like we may have like certain trauma or whatever we're holding on to, but if we kind of shift our mind a little bit, we can definitely change our experience and how we respond to it is everything. That's what I find in my own life personally.
True. Everything is perception.
Yeah.
As we change our perceptions, the hormones will change. So like suppose one person is coming to me looking very, very tough and he is holding a knife and he is rushing towards me. I can have a perception. Oh, he is going to attack me. Due to that perception, my adrenaline will be more, the brain will give the instruction, then adrenal gland will produce adrenaline, then adrenaline will reach to the lung, the liver will produce more glucose, then my BP shoot up, I am angry and I am anxious, I am furious. This is what's happening. But instead of that perception, if I feel that, this guy is very strong, he is having a knife coming to me, maybe he is going to cut a apple and share with me, my approach, my attitude, my perception will trigger my pituitary gland and I will smile, I will be happy seeing this person. So this is what is perception. So as we perceive, body will react, then body once our glands will react. Based on the reaction of glands, we will become emotional, whether that emotion is based on perception. This is what is
100%.
the fundamental theory of faith healing.
Yeah, you mentioned faith. Can you describe what that is to you? I mean, I would imagine it's a process, right? And also, what can we do to strengthen our faith in our own life?
Right. Again, faith. It's a distorted word. It's trust. If
It
you
is.
learn to trust yourself, that is the real faith. You must have a faith on yourself. Unfortunately, faith is used for external beliefs. That is the problem. The words are used in different ways. It's like a man. Man is a word, M-A-N. When we call, oh man, so the tone is making the difference. We can say, he is the man. So both are same word, but used in different tones or different perception. And some in India, some ladies will say they are very proud of their husbands. Then they will say, he is my man. What does it mean? And that same lady may be frustrated, will say, oh man, what does it mean? So same way, the trust is used in different ways. So if you know how to trust yourself, how to listen yourself, that trust is labeled as faith. There is something which is beyond our body and mind, which is called infinite reality or the self. So something is there beyond all the finite beings, which is infinity. It is clearly stated in India, Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. Ekam means the reality is one, Ekam. But it is manifesting as countless varieties of material manifestations. This is what modern science also saying, energy. The reality, we convert it into matter, which is countless forms. So that is called usually as God. That infinity is said as God. There the word faith comes. Actually, real faith is the trust of our own self. If you know how to trust yourself, or you should come to know this body is a finite being of the manifested, or this is only a manifested form of the infinite reality. So micro, if this is a micro, there is a macro. The moment we understand that, we trust ourselves, but through the medium of something beyond our comprehension, which we call God. Here the word faith comes. Actually, it is trust. Trust yourself, listen yourself, love yourself. Then you will come to know how the external world will change for yourself. This is the key.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, trust. You kind of mentioned it starts with trusting yourself and awareness of what that actually is, right? Kind of like personally in my own life, I find like making it through challenges, like and trusting yourself to make it happen in a sense. Like when you really want to make your dreams a reality, like when we're trying to go for goals and things like that, it's trusting the process as well, like trusting life. That's something I've kind of come to recently. Just trusting the process in a sense, just kind of like understanding that all you have is right now, and it's kind of going from there in a sense. It's like it's always a journey, and just understand that you're exactly where you're supposed to be in a sense.
Trust is an experience. It cannot be taught. Suppose you have a headache, just for example, and somebody told you that there is a wonderful doctor and he has some techniques. He will touch somewhere in the points and immediately you will be relieved. This is what you heard. So it's an information. So you have a faith on him, or you have a confidence on that information. But you tried your best to find out the doctor, you couldn't find him. Then you started, suspecting about that information, because it is not become an experience for you. Still you are suffering from your pain. You are eagerly looking for this guy's appointment, but it is not coming. So what will happen? Then you will become a bit confused. Then that faith or that expectation, that belief is being shaky, because it is not being revealed to you. It is not becoming an experience. Same way, trust is an experience derived from within. You heard that you are infinity. God is everywhere, or infinity is everywhere, and you are an integral part or a limited manifestation of that infinite reality. And you are a finite being. But being a finite, you are having countless problems, or you have the headache. How you can come out of that? Then that information should be an experience for you. You should get the appointment of the doctor and you should come and get his treatment. Then you feel that, that information became an experience. Same way, you are immortal. You are infinity. These are the informations given to you. But how you can trust yourself, that trust should become an experience. For that, you need practice. Every day, you must sit quietly, look inside, detach your mind from informations and attach to your reality. This is the key of meditation. So here
Yeah.
in India, every children, now India is, madly following the Western culture, a part of society, but majority is advised to do meditation more important than the food. See, like, but it usually it is taught as prayer. People think prayer is like giving some application to the God, waiting for the reply from the God or from the approval from the God. Actually, the word English word prayer derived from a Sanskrit word prarthana. See the similarity, prarthana and prayer. Prarthana derived from prana. Prana means life force. There is no English word for this term prana. Prana is the life energy or the manifested form of your life. If that life energy is left to your body, then your body will not be known as your name. It will be called as a dead body. Suppose if I die now, people will call me now, oh, Yogi Shivan, Guru, Guruji, people call. If I die now, my body will be taken to the crematory. People will not say Guruji is here or Yogi Shivan is there. They will say body is here. So that personality, the life has gone from that body. It is only a matter. So that energy is called prana, life energy. So arthana means attainment. So there should be a deliberate effort for attaining that energy. That deliberate effort is called prarthana in Sanskrit, taken to English as prayer. So you should be able to focus your mind. Mind and prana, or this energy, is like two faces of same energy, like day and night. So you cannot separate day and night. It's the whole day, but a mixture of light and darkness, heat and cold, pleasure and pain. So these are the two manifested form of reality. Same way, my mind and body are the manifested or visible form of a duality. In quantum physics, if you you can see this word a duality. Mean there are no two, only one. This is what is said in India as Advaita. Dvaita means dual. Advaita means there are no two, in reality only one. So prayer is the deliberate effort to close our organs, detach your organs from outside, sense organs. What you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, all these things are informations. Detach yourself from that informations and attach yourself with the reality, experience. That process is called prana arthana or prarthana prayer. So everybody is advised to do this prayer. Actually, it's a natural way of meditation. Detach your mind from informations and attach it to the reality of your existence, your infinity. When you keep doing that, that the feeling of infinity will become an experience beyond explanation. So many things you cannot explain. Suppose you drink a cup of tea. People will ask, okay, how you feel? You say, yeah, it's nice. But how can you say what is the feeling? What is the taste of the tea? It is beyond explanation. It is an experience. If someone else wants to experience the taste of the tea, that person should experience or consume it. Then only that person also will say, yeah, it's nice. But some people, their sense, taste buds will be different. They say, oh, It is not good. Same tea, but if it is given to 10 people, 10 feelings will be there. Same way, when we do the prayer, the detachment from the external informations and the attachment will give a different sensation. That sensation is the cause or the foundation of the trust. When you start trusting yourself with that experience, then nobody or nothing can shake you up. This is the value. So the prayer is a natural or a religious or a social form of real meditation. It should be done. Then only we can experience that trust.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the mind is foundation for sure. I mean, quantum physics is really like the most proven science there is, to my understanding. And you also mentioned it's a process of trust. I mean, so we get disconnected a lot, especially in the modern world. There's so many distractions, and it's a process, as you mentioned. We have to really tune into ourselves and tune out the noise. You have to tune into what is real, and you start to strengthen that sense of self and sense of reality over time. So I think that's something I experienced as well.
Yes. See, like there is no difference between quantum physics and Advaita philosophy of India. Advaita philosophy is the highest form of spiritual science. Quantum physics is the highest form of material science. But these two branches of science actually kept away from ordinary people. See, quantum physics is meant for the high level scientists. The Advaita philosophy is for the people who are living in the forest or deep caves of Himalayas. They are detached from material life. But what is the benefit for the ordinary people? This is why ancient masters, they they changed that, or they didn't change. They explained that higher philosophy or higher level of science through ordinary language. They made a lot of stories. They wrote epics, then Vedas, Puranas. These are all different stories or mediums through which they conveyed the high energy or high level science. Just for example, it's called Manana in India. Everybody, as even a child, I was asked, you close your eyes and look inside and you recite something. I didn't know why this funny job is, forced to me. My mother used to say, you sit there for 10 minutes and chant this mantra, then only you will get dinner. As a child, I was hungry, but I was forced to chant something for 10 minutes. Then only I, I was given this dinner. But later I came to know that was a simple method to trigger the quantum physics in my mind. See, I will give you an example. If I keep one glass of water in front of you, what you will say? Oh, it's water. Then informations are there. 72% of the body is water, and the medium of energy circulation in the body is blood, and blood is made of water, and the 72% of the earth is water. So always all informations are there. But I was asked as a child, look, focus on that water and keep silent for 10 minutes. That is what is called manana. Actually, through a scientific eye, if you look and see what from which that water is made, that is called manana, focused eye or scientific observation. Then you came to know water is not real. It is a temporary manifestation of a profound joining of two gases, H2O. Hydrogen and oxygen, two invisible gases, they merge to each other to form a solution, is water. Then the water's identity lost. In my eye, when I see water, oh, it's like two gases. Then you focus your mind on that gases. Hydrogen is combustible, oxygen is complementing fire. So they both are always supporting fire, means the nature of that gas is fire, heat. Then heat, you observe heat. heat will merge into air. You observe air, then you will come to know air is the condensed form of sound. Then what is sound? Again you observe sound is the condensed form of light. What is light? That is the condensed form of electromagnetic radiation. What is electromagnetic radiation? That is quantum entanglement. Beyond that, mind will not go. Finished. The function of the mind is arrested. There, scientists like Dr. Fritjof Capra or Hans-Peter Dürr, these people declared where the ultra-modern science has abruptly stopped, there the Indian spirituality has got its beginning. See where it is reaching. Yoga, Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Mind can go to a certain level. This is the meaning. Beyond that, you cannot go. So learn to arrest the functions of the mind. Then you will experience, you will come across the reality.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is what is happening. If I have a disease, suppose I have a tumor in my hand, as far as yogic science goes, that tumor is Maya, illusion. Okay, leave it. Then modern science you take. Everything is evolved from atoms. My body is made of atoms. Atoms are from electrons, neutron, and all these things. So when I observe, it is the moment the electrons are being observed, they will change the pattern. This is what is called Shraddha, focus the mind. So I focus the mind on my tumor every day. The tumor should change its pattern. When the tumor is changing its pattern, no more tumor in my mind, in my body. This is what is taught as a child in my early childhood. Sit there 10 minutes, you focus on something without a perception, with an empty mind. Unconditional observation, which is called prayer. Scientifically, it's called meditation. So once it is practiced, our reality will be exposed from within, and we will come to know my reality, my existence, my real life is not depending only on matter. Something beyond the matter, I am. That means that is my trust. So whatever is happening in my material world will become secondary, and something will be primary for me. That is what is called trust or confidence.
Yeah, it may sound crazy to people, but it's documented in many cases. Like people are healing themselves with their mind, right? And
Yeah.
it's a very powerful once we start to understand that. Like we have like so much power within us, so we start to tap into that. Like things can really change for the better.
Yes. We should tap the real potential of our own mind. Their mind is the creator for it is the problem, and that is the possibility. That is the healer, and that is the slayer. So we must know in which side we have to use our mind. Usually, mind is used to mystify things. Everybody will say, oh, everything is mysterious. If you want to feel everything is mysterious, your mind will be a mystery for you. But if you want to be very clear, mind can create everything clear. Or if you want to keep the clarity in your mind based on your practice, this side is mystery, this side is clarity, confusion and clarity. So you can decide which side you have to keep your mind. So here, now modern world is desperately waiting for clarity. Material science will take us to mysteries. Life is a mystery for everybody because we are trying to see the finite molecule, not the finite molecule, the most refined molecule through the machines. Instead of mind, we are depending more on machines. Like as I told you, water or a solid thing, ice. You take a piece of ice, it is solid. Then you are using your eyes, your skin to feel it. Then it is changed into water. Same molecule came to water. Then split it, it became gases. Then look through the microscope, you saw hydrogen, oxygen. Again, you split it, came into different molecules, then energy packets or whatever it is. Finally, by using the machines, still you are using the eye only. Equipment, microscope is nothing but magnifying the visions, that's all. But still, the power of or the organ for observation is your eye. This is the problem which ancient masters also noticed. One day they came to know you can increase the power of your senses, but still you will come to know only something which is an illusion. Your brain is not capable of experiencing the reality. Then they renounced that trial or that effort. That is what is called surrendering to nature, or tyaga, or renounce things. Detach your mind from external material world, then attach to inner self. Just focus your senses inward. Eyes are looking outside. Instead of looking outside, close your eyes and look inside. Use your eyes to see your own eye. Try to listen your own ear. Try to taste your own tongue. Try to smell your own nose. So try to touch your skin by yourself. So this is what withdrawal of your senses. When that process practiced, energy is being focused within, then they started experiencing something which is beyond the limit of the senses. Our eyes are too limited to understand the reality of nature. Like a 300,000 kilometers per second, the velocity of light, that only our eyes will recognize. Do you think that only one velocity available in nature? It's countless. Ears will 20 to 20,000 hertz only ears will recognize. Dogs can listen better than us. There are ultraviolet, alpha, beta, gamma, theta. There are many, many rays are there. Then different frequencies of the sound. We will understand only small word, like what is it, 1/100th of the reality, or a speck of the universe we experience through the senses. When we detach ourselves from the senses, then sixth sense will be activated. This is the key of meditation. More than your eyes, ear, nose, tongue, and skin, something is there. Once, when I was in Middle East, I was explaining the third eye, activation of third eye. Unfortunately, I was talking to a team of doctors. Though they were tired of using medicines, and one day they called me to uh, give a lecture about the power of mind, how to replace medicine through the power of mind. That was the subject. So I was explaining things, the relevance of opening the third eye. Even as a child, I was asked to open the third eye. That's why every day I was forced to sit and chant something without knowing what it is. Anyhow, I never suspected or I never thought of the practical side of the third eye. As a child, I was advised to do this. I was informed to do this, instructed to do that. And we have a god called Shiva. My name is Shivan. My mother gave me that name because of her, love with Lord Shiva. This guy has a third eye. Actually, it is not a god; it is a concept. All concepts are symbolized in India. That's why in India we can see millions of gods. If you have, if you are a scientist, you got a fair new idea, then you can symbolize it. Then you can present it as a god form. Nothing else. So a person who can open the sixth sense is called third eye. I was explaining to them how to trigger, how to activate the third eye by focusing. It's like a blind man can hear well because the duty of the eye is not there. They said that extra duty will be taken by the ears. A person cannot see and hear, he can smell a lot. So like that, if we shut down our senses one by one, if we arrest the functions of five senses through breath management, a sixth sense will be activated. Body cannot just leave everything like that. If you arrest 5 senses, naturally a 6th sense will be activated, which is called the third eye. That manifestation or that level of practice is symbolized as a god form, which is called Shiva. So I was explaining the relevance of activating the third eye. One doctor, he raised his hand like this. He said, yes, sir. He told me bluntly, hey, Mr. Shiva, you're simply wasting our time. Being a doctor, I have dissected hundreds of bodies, hundreds of heads, and I have never seen a sign of a third eye in the body. Then why are you wasting your time, discussing something which has no scientific relevance? First time I was facing such a situation. It was a challenge. I am not exaggerating. I was really stunned. I thought there's a wonderful tradition of India taught me this foolish idea. If this is a foolish idea, it has got a scientific relevance. Our masters, the lineage, thousands and thousands of masters, were fools. So I was also looking at him as a fool. I didn't have an answer for a few seconds. But the moment I surrendered to that question, because I was helpless, I saw my master in front of that guy. I was just looking at him. Yes, I was a fool. Immediately, I felt something is happening in my mouth. I felt somebody was using my mouth. I know very well. One question came out from my mouth. Excuse me, sir, do you dream? I was thinking, yeah, excuse me, sir, do you dream? Then I came back to my consciousness. And he said, yes, I do. Then that was, after that, my role, I asked him very clearly. As far as medical science is concerned, when you are sleeping, your eyes are apparently dead. Then, with which eye you see a dream? Clear picture. You can, in your dream, you can see things, vivid pictures will come, you can hear things, you will experience many things, you will smell things. So, in that sleep state, which are the organs activated for your experiences? Then he said, yeah, it makes sense. See, this is the relevance of the third eye. But unfortunately, people think third eye is an eye opening over here. No, it is an activation or it is an exploration of one of the billions of hidden dimensions of our existence. So if we explore, the possibilities are countless, immense possibilities. Explore at least 1%. Even like after the death of our Albert Einstein, there was a study on his brain and how he used his brain. Surprisingly, even Albert Einstein also used only 2 to 3% of the total capacity of the brain. See? Then how much we are using?
Right. I mean, to my understanding on a scientific level, isn't it like the pineal gland as well? Isn't an actual gland in the brain?
Sorry?
Isn't like third eye also like they called the pineal gland?
No. Pineal gland is not the third eye, but pineal gland has a significant role in activating our sixth sense. It's actually it's like an intoxication. So here, why we focus here? Because when we connect or make a union, you might have heard about yoga. Yoga is the fundamental science of sixth sense activation. Meaning is union between your solar and lunar nerve. The word meaning yoga means union. It is Sanskrit word. English meaning is union, connection. So you have your right side solar nerve, left side lunar or sensory or motor nerves. Here you have to make a deliberate effort to connect it, unite it. That process is happening here in the pineal pituitary glands area. What is the relevance of pineal gland? When we activate the pineal gland, it can produce a hormone which is almost similar to LSD. People who are injecting, no, it is dimethyltryptamine. That hormone has it's almost similar to this dimethyltryptamine. Once it is triggered, we will feel some ecstasy. It is like a natural intoxication. You are taking an injection through your practice. That is the regenerative process of your brain. So brain cells will not grow, it will not multiply, but it can be strengthened and managed. And the neuroplasticity can be controlled through observation. So it's pure science. So when you make a union between two things, go back to material science. Like as I told you, hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen, if they are kept independent, hydrogen is combustible, oxygen is complementing fire. But after the union between hydrogen and oxygen, what will happen? Both will lose their identity, and the solution, new things will be evolved as water. What is the peculiarity of water? It will put off fire. But hydrogen and oxygen complementing fire, once it is connected each other to form water molecule, it attained the form of putting off fire, the character, the quality. Same way, your mind and body, solar and lunar nerves, opposites. Mind is always running after desires. It is producing desires. And body is complementing the desires to fulfill it. So they are complementing each other. So that is why you are entangled into the life of desires. You need many things, but you don't know why you are seeking for. But if you make a union between these two, the pineal gland will be activated. It will produce some hormones. Then once that hormone spread in the body, you will feel something, a union. When the body and mind get connected beyond certain limit, both will lose their identity, like hydrogen and oxygen. A third reality will be evolved from within, which is called spiritual unity. Instead of two duality, you will become a duality. Beyond these two, you will feel something which will be detaching yourself from desires. Until that practice, you were attached. When you made the union in the center of eyebrows, the entanglement or your attachment with the material things will be less. It will become secondary. A primary feeling, something which is beyond explanation, will be evolved, which is called self-realization. So there the person will become more instinctive. The seat of the instinct actually is in the heart. So the person who realizes the language of heart is technically, it is said God is sitting in your heart. God is talking to you through heart. But philosophically, we can say, yes, learn to listen your heart and explain things through the language of heart. That will be an amazing feeling. So when you want to explain something, you have to experience it. But whatever you experience in the brain is based on information. Whatever you experience in the heart is based on experience. This is what is the relevance of union, yoga. So that process is happening, or it is beginning in the region of pineal and pituitary gland. And one more gland is very important in meditation, amygdala. All symbols in Indian tantric paintings, yogic symbols, will be focusing on these areas, mainly pineal area, which is a symbolized form of Lord Shiva. And when amygdala is exposed, there is another god called Skanda or Kartikeya, who is having a different manifestation. Then another one is coming to heart area, which is called Shakti or Parashakti, a female god, very powerful. So everything is symbolized through, like figures or, like god forms. So pineal gland is not the third eye, but that is the beginning of activating the third eye.
I love it, man. Yeah, you mentioned mind is the problem and the solution, right? And we focus on it tends to expand for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fascinating. Like, so we talk about these things like quantum physics and the Indian philosophy. It's like these things they speak to different people, right? So it's great to have these different languages, and it kind of leads to different understanding as well. So it's like it's very fascinating to learn about these things, become more aware of these, and apply these in our own lives, man. So it's like again, once we start to understand the power of the mind, that's where like the foundation of creating the life that we want is actually possible. So
Yes, everything is possible, but based on inner observation. We have tremendous branches of science like quantum physics, chemistry, high energy physics, then biochemistry, biology, everything is there, but all are based on external observations. It's good, but we desperately miss the inner observation. Unfortunately, the inner observation, the process of inner observation is labeled as religious ideas. And we are taken into a different plane of consciousness due to the over dependence of religious beliefs. These religious beliefs must be verified and go to the essence. Religions evolved from this inner search. Many masters, they experienced something which is beyond the senses. When they started explaining their experiences, unfortunately, it became the codified form of different religions. Since it is based on beliefs, there is no proof, and people will define their beliefs in their own, sentimental way. If we take the essence of the masters, everybody was talking about something which is beyond the senses, which is called quantum physics or Advaita philosophy. So the religious beliefs must be defined and verified properly and take out the essence and implement on society how to observe their inner reality. That is what is called scientific prayer or meditation. When we make that effort, everything is possible and all our problems will be vanishing from our life. Just for example, in ancient India, there were two branches of schools. Like spiritual schools were there, are called temples. Countless temples were there in India. 3,000, 5,000 years ago, if you see the history, you will come to know. And countless universities or schools were there for material education. So education was in two pillars, material education and spiritual education. Material education from the schools, spiritual education from the temples. So as a child, I was asked to take the scientific prayer. So my inner self was trained for that unconditional observation. Then my material education from the schools and colleges. When I reached to the age of 30, 35, middle age, I came to know my body started perishing. There I was not scared because my inner education was there about immortality. So two pillars came together. When I got a bit confused, physical problems started attacking me. I took the shelter of my spiritual vibration. When the material vibration and spiritual vibration I connect together at the age of 30, 35 or 40, I got the strong personality. I can smile from the heart. But what's happening now? Modern education is depending only on one pillar, material education. Everything is matter. Study the matter. Go to the finest part of the matter, like that. Then everything is information. Brain only overloaded. Ignored the heart. Completely ignored. What's happening? When they reach to certain level, when body started perishing, then the real challenges of life came out. There we need the spiritual strength. Now, modern man is not trained for exploring the spiritual strength. So the single pillar, when it's reached into a certain height, it started shaking. Burnouts, stress, complications, unnecessary competitions, because the inner person is shaky. If I am shaky, the whole world will be shaking for me. But if I see that spiritual pillar and material pillar coming together, connect yoga, union between my spiritual reality and material existence, then I have a strong personality, which is not shaky. If everybody, majority of the society, become stable as this, everything is simple for the whole world.
Absolutely, man. It's so powerful. All right, Guru Shivan, this has been awesome. I really appreciate you coming on, sharing your story with us, your insights. You're so wise. You get so much practical wisdom for people, and it's like really starting to wake up to who we are, to wake up to what is real in a sense, because that's where we find the joy, that's where we find the happiness and the peace and all these things that we really want. And we look to the external things, but it's really inside, right? And it's where it's a process, and it's it's a journey of life, really. And again, you have so much valuable insights for us. And again, I appreciate you so much for coming on. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, if people want to get connected with you and your work, where can we find you?
We have a website, www.indimasi.com, INDIMASI, intimacy.com, and people can be in touch with me through the website. And looking forward to see you. And really, it is an amazing, chance for me to share my wisdom with others through the medium of your network. I personally appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, boss.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.